Okay, so we've all seen AI do some pretty mind-blowing stuff, right? But here's the thing. How do we know if it's just putting on a good show or if it's actually reliable? Well, today we're putting AI to the test with a really cool tool called Vero, and it's designed to be the ultimate stress test for these intelligent agents.
And that, right there, is the million-dollar question, isn't it? If you're building anything with AI right now, you know it's one thing to get a flashy, impressive answer. It's a whole other ballgame to trust that it's going to perform correctly and safely every single time, especially when the stakes are high.
All right, let's map out our journey. First, we're going to talk about this big AI reliability problem. Then we'll introduce Vero and see how it's a much smarter kind of test. We'll peek under the hood to see how it checks the AI's work step by step. Then, and this is super cool, we'll see how it creates its own tough test questions. And finally, we'll tie it all together and talk about what this means for building AI we can actually trust.
So let's kick things off with the core challenge. As these AI systems get more and more powerful and they start handling really complex tasks, figuring out why they mess up becomes insanely difficult.
Think about it this way. When a complex system, like a RAG system, the kind that digs up documents to answer questions, gives you a bad response, it's a total black box. The final answer doesn't tell you what went wrong. Did it grab the wrong info? Did it completely misunderstand your question? Or did it just make something up? Standard tests, they just give you a thumbs up or thumbs down, leaving you totally in the dark about the real problem.
And that is exactly where Vero steps in. It's this awesome open source framework that's not just designed to test AI, but to actually diagnose it. It's all about getting way beyond those simple pass/fail grades to a much, much deeper understanding.
I absolutely love this quote from Vero's creators because it just nails it. It's not about your AI getting a failing grade and you being left to figure it out. It's about getting a detailed diagnostic report that points to the exact spot in the machine that's broken so you can actually go in and fix it. So the official definition is an open platform for evaluating and monitoring AI pipelines with real-world rigor. Let's just unpack that for a second. The two big ideas here are open platform, meaning anyone can use it and build on it, and real-world rigor. That just means it's designed to test AI on the messy, unpredictable kinds of problems it's going to face out in the wild. So how does it pull this off? Well, for starters, it traces and logs every single little step the AI takes. It then checks each stage with very specific metrics before it even looks at the final answer. This way, you get the whole story, not just the last page of the book. Okay, so how does this actually work in practice? The best way to get your head around it is to think of Vero as a really sharp supervisor, and the AI is its brand new trainee. Let's run with that analogy. Imagine your big AI system is a rookie research assistant. You give them a task, they got to run to the library, find the right books, pull out the important info, and then write up a summary for you. Well, Vero is that super meticulous supervisor who doesn't just glance at the final summary. Nope. Vero is looking over their shoulder, checking their work at every single step. And that supervision breaks down into 3 key questions. First up, retrieval. Hey, did you even find the right documents to start with? Then ranking. Okay, you found a stack of sources, but did you put the most important ones on top? And finally, generation. So is the summary you wrote actually accurate and, does it make sense? And this gives us a super clear 3-step process. First, check the sources. Did the AI retrieve relevant stuff? Second, rank the evidence. Did it know what was most important? And third, check the final summary. Is it factually correct? Does it actually mean what it's supposed to mean? It's basically a full performance review of the AI's entire workflow. But this is where Vero gets really, really cool. It doesn't just run the tests that you give it. It can actually look at your data and create its own smarter, tougher test questions that are designed to really push your AI to its limits. And this is so crucial. Because a truly tough AI needs to handle more than just the easy layups. Any system can answer a simple question. The real test is in the nuance, those tricky edge cases, the kind of complicated questions that real people are going to ask. That's when you need a proper stress test. Check out this example. It's perfect. A standard question is simple, right? What is a transistor? Easy enough. But a Vero stress test? Well, that's different. It'll ask something like, explain the invention of the transistor to a high school student, and you can only cite sources from before 1960.
Whoa, all of a sudden the AI has to understand audience, constraints, and synthesize information in a very specific way. It's a much harder and a much better test. So how on earth does it come up with these clever tests? It's not magic. Vero literally analyzes your own document collection. It reads your data and then generates these challenging questions from it. It even thinks about different kinds of users, like an expert versus a total beginner, all to find those weak spots in how your AI finds information and thinks. Okay, so let's bring it all home. Why does this crazy level of detail matter so much? Well, it's all about getting to a place where we're not just building things that work, we're building things we can actually trust. And this is the whole point, really. By pinpointing the exact location and the cause of a failure, Vero gives developers the superpower to fix the root problem. This is how we make that leap from building AI that just works most of the time to building AI that's genuinely reliable, tough, and ultimately safe enough for all of us to depend on. And the best part is, you're not just left with a list of problems. The whole process ends with this comprehensive report that turns all that raw data into insights you can actually use. A clear roadmap for making your AI better. So I'll just leave you with this one final thought. As these AI systems get woven deeper and deeper into our lives, this kind of deep diagnostic testing isn't just nice to have, it's essential. Because if we can't rigorously test our AI and understand exactly why it fails, can we ever really truly trust it?